Hi, in this video I would like to discuss a topic which aspirants commonly take it for granted. How to solve multiple choice questions. Even though that's a basic thing, yet it's very important because I'm going to explain you in detail the consequences of not really understanding how to solve an MCQ. We all have heard of friends or ourselves experiencing the fact that at the end of completing our test and while checking our answers, we feel that we have done several silly mistakes, isn't it? So why do we call it as a silly mistake? Because the fact is, you know the answer for that particular question, yet you have done a mistake there. You have gone and checked a wrong answer. So why is it happening? Most of us do not read the entire question. And if in case we read the entire question by chance, we don't go through all the 4 options. So that's the problem we all face. In order to overcome this problem of committing silly mistakes, the first and basic thing which we all need to do is read the question, not once but twice. That's very important. And then going through all the 4 options, even though if you feel that the first option is the right answer, who knows, there can be a better answer in this next option. So always make the habit of reading a question not once but twice, and make sure that you go through all the 4 options even though the first option seems to be the answer. That's very important. And how to solve a test paper? Basically, while we are going through a test paper, we find several questions which are easy, several questions which are in the medium range, in the sense the moment we apply some memory and logic, we can answer those questions easily. So medium range questions, and then we have questions no matter how much effort we put in, we cannot answer such questions. So they can be categorized as tough questions. So we have broadly 3 categories of questions. And while solving any test paper, it's always advisable to solve it in 3 phases. As discussed, in the first phase, try answering all the easy questions, and in second phase, go through these medium range questions and try answering them, and in the last phase, you have the so-called tough questions. If there is no negative marking in that particular format of the exam, you can go ahead, answer the questions based on your luck blindly. If in case there is negative marking, you cannot give the benefit of doubt and go on answering that question, because considering the fact that there is negative marking. So always leave such questions if in case you are not sure about the answer when there is negative marking, instead of blindly going by luck, because luck favors only in 4 to 5% of the cases. The rest 95 to 96% is all your hard work. So I keep on saying this, it's really very important. So luck contributes to a minimum extent. If in case you come across a question and you find it a bit tough to answer that, then please do not waste time on that question. Leave that question, mark it aside, so that you can answer that in the next consecutive phase and proceed to the following question. So in that way you can really save a lot of time. And another important aspect is solving as many multiple choice questions as possible in a given day. If you ask me how many questions should I need to solve, then there is no particular answer. I cannot say that go and solve 100 questions per day or 200 questions per day. It all depends on your time availability and the topic of choice which you are going through. But the important thing here is you need to solve as many MCQs as possible in a given time, because practice makes man or woman perfect, isn't it? So by practicing more and more questions, you'll familiarize yourself with that format of the exam, which really helps you save time and make sure that you follow these phases while answering any test paper. The reason why I'm stressing so much on silly mistakes is the fact that in a given competition, everyone scores around 60 to 70% of multiple choice questions. The moment you commit a silly mistake, there is a greater chance that you're lowering your probability of getting seat in that entrance by greater extent. You're lowering your chances very much. It's like a self-out. So make sure that you do not commit silly mistakes. Try to follow these simple yet powerful strategies while solving MCQs. To conclude and summarize, we all have the habit of making silly mistakes, so avoid them as much as possible. Read the entire question not once but twice, and make the habit of reading all the 4 options. And while solving any test paper, make sure that you solve it in 3 phases as discussed previously. And most importantly, do as many multiple choice questions as possible in a given day, because practice makes everyone perfect. So hope these tips are useful, and do not neglect this aspect of your PG prep. Okay, all the very best.